Well, here we are at the end of the first week. Now I'm going to be reading off. I'm going to be reading off some notes here. Basically, as you can see, I'm sitting in my flat, working from home today. That's the reason for that is I've got a bad back. I can't believe it. I don't know what I've done to deserve this, but I've got a horrible bad back. It's killing me, and I'm staying at home and I'm doing this work while I'm at home. For you in hard-bitten practice, this might seem easy, but believe me, I would rather be at work now than sitting here tweaking every now and again with. And I'm full of Voltarol as well. That's the other thing. So I think I'm going to end up with no stomach lining left. The other thing that I'm going to be doing while I'm giving you this little talk here is I'm going to be reading from notes, and the notes are down there. Now, what I've noticed is that if I don't look directly at the camera, it looks like I'm kind of being a shifty. When I look back on these films, I think give the people eye contact, a little bit of eye contact, because otherwise it just looks semi-criminal. Anyway, we're now at the end of the first week. We've been looking at cardiac mortality. I got to tell you, I was very impressed by the contributions. The little brief maybe, but nevertheless, good quality, good insights. Can see the level of experience there. I think there's an outside chance that we might be getting a few more people. But if you think about it, what it is that we're looking at here are people from, we've got one person from Wales, we've got a couple of people from the Isle of Man, and we've got a couple of people from Ireland, and a couple from inner city Liverpool. I apologise to those of you who don't live in Liverpool. You're going to hear Scousers moaning about their problems all the while. But yeah, thank you for all of the contributions to the discussion. Really interesting. The thing that I'm most astonished by is that this system has worked so far. Although the technologists told me, and although I might have sounded confident, I'm always a little bit relieved when these machines actually do their job properly. Now, to reply to the discussion. Most of you focused on lifestyle issues, smoking, diet, exercise. Maybe it was this that contributed to the low numbers, relatively speaking, of cardiac deaths in Southern Europe. I mean, there are other explanations. There is one explanation, for instance, for why the French have such few heart disease-related deaths, is that they top the figures up a different way. But if you look at our British Heart Foundation statistics, Spain, Greece, Italy, France, it's all very much a similar picture. Other people have focused, as you can see, on improvements in lifestyles. There's been less emphasis, even though I went on about it a little bit, there's been less emphasis on poverty and class. And maybe I just want you to consider maybe the fact that Europe's population has got more wealthy. Maybe this is a contribution to the fact that coronary artery disease's mortality is on the decline. Maybe coronary artery disease mortality is going the same way as rheumatic fever. Rheumatic fever in the 1940s and 1930s was very, very common and caused all sorts of trouble for people later on in life. Nowadays, well, you tell me, you're the people who are in practice. When did anybody out there in practice among you lot see a fresh case of rheumatic fever? In Britain, it's gone. And the reason why it's gone is improvements in lifestyle and in living conditions. And of course, there is a theory that maybe you could look into that in fact coronary artery disease is an infectious disease, and that people catch it very much the way that they caught rheumatic fever. That is to say, as a droplet-borne infection. It's not universally accepted. In fact, it's rather a maverick story, but there it is. Going over the page. I've asked you to describe your own units. Don't do this all individually. That'd be daft. But already people have started to do this. We've had the unit at the Isle of Man. I'd be very interested to see what the profile is of the unit in Bantry. Out in the countryside, quite a different population to Liverpool, for instance. Which is a very urbanised centre. Although socio-economically, you might argue that there are similarities. Out on a limb, poor. I don't know. Never been to Bantry, but maybe that's the profile of the population. Um, Once again, can I apologise for the bumpy start? The registration, we need to get that sorted out next year. That really can't go on. And as I say, we might be getting some more along. The next lesson is about anatomy and physiology, and some interesting pictures for you there. There is a problem here. Don't be put off by the strange symbols that you might see on some of the slides. It's something to do with the Blackboard doesn't like some of the symbols that PowerPoint has on them, and it shows them up as dollar signs and euro signs and exclamation marks and everything. Just try and ignore that, and you can read the documents underneath. I'll get it fixed for next time. And some of the links don't work either. This is always a pain. You know, 3 months ago they were working perfectly. Now they don't work. Okay, fair enough. You can ignore most of them. Just get on with the get on with the exercises and stuff. But there is one that I'd like you to take a look at: the visible heart. Just put the visible heart into Google, and then you will see all sorts of interesting films, little snippets of films for you to take a look at. Thank you, everyone. Excellent work. Keep it up, and I'll be in touch soon.